Well, I think what the repeal of PASPA did last year was really to obviously open up again the US market, having been shut down in 2006. So everyone's been looking at this whole market, and so this year is critical really, and the ability to be able to come to an event like this, and really, to be honest, we're just trying to find out exactly what the lie of the land is over here in the US now, trying to understand the way the legislation's going, and then what we have to do and how we can fold in our capabilities within the payments, fraud, risk, problem gambling space to be able to provide those services to the operators within the various states. Looks like, I hope it's not going to be 50 separate countries, but there you go. I think the main difficulty is really on the legislation side, where within Europe, which is our home market, we know exactly what we have to do to be compliant, what licenses we need and where and how to do that. The main difficulty within the US market now, and probably for the next couple of years, will be trying to understand exactly what we have to do to comply with the various different state-based legislations. Sounds like some of the states are going to be very, very different from others. So quite what that means for us yet, I don't know. That's one of the reasons I'm here, to try and nail that down. Our view is to be able to use the experiences that we've had within the UK, European markets within the gaming space, and try and bring those as examples, if you like, to say, look, here's how we've dealt with these kinds of issues. And we have the technology, the information and the data to be able to help gaming operators be compliant, prevent problem gambling, deal with anti-money laundering, those kinds of things. So that engagement with the regulators, again, the only difficulty is how many do we have to engage with, is really, I think, our strategy here to be able to try and get ourselves working with those guys to save time. I think somebody mentioned yesterday that, you know, where the US will get to in a couple of years, it's taken Europe 15 years to get there. So that whole acceleration of borrowing somebody else's learning, I think, will be really valuable for the US regulators. 90% of the online gaming industry issues are the same in Europe and the US. There's the odd 10% that's going to be different. I mean, things like very, very precise geolocation. You know, I step over the boundary of the resort and you've got to switch me off. We don't have to do that in Europe. So that's another use of, or another issue within the US that is very different. However, the other 90% of the issues that online gaming operators face are going to be the same. So I think being able to leverage the European, UK online gaming expertise in our space, at least, for payments, fraud, risk, anti-money laundering, dealing with problem gambling, those kinds of things using data and analytics, I think will be a big help if we can get engaged with what seems to be quite a large number of people that we're going to have to carry on to do over the course of the next year or two.